Ashton, welcome to the northeast of England. I know you haven't played county cricket before. Have you been to this ground before?
I haven't, no. It's the first time up here. I think I was well advised. I've packed plenty of jumpers and I've enjoyed my first week or so up here in the northeast.
You've played at Todmorden. I noticed that in your stats today, so you've had a bit of Lancashire League cricket. What was the lure of county cricket then, and particularly the T20?
Yeah, I've been really fortunate that I've been able to come over and play a couple years of club cricket here in the UK. Both years I've thoroughly enjoyed, and county cricket's always been a competition that I've kept an eye on from afar and have aspired to be a part of it. And I'm very thankful for the opportunity from Durham to be able to come over this year, and I can't wait to kickstart our campaign on Thursday evening. And at this stage of the tournament, we're all full of confidence.
You've got a mini road trip coming up, haven't you? Leicestershire, Northampton, and then Birmingham at the weekend. And you've just been down to London as well, I think, for a few days with the first team.
Yep, it's a busy start to the schedule. There's no rest for the wicked, but as we know in T20 cricket, it's a game of momentum at times, and hopefully we can start our campaign off on the right foot, get some early wins under our belt, and we've got a pretty packed schedule to kickstart us, and hopefully we'll run with that form.
You come into this on the back of captaining the Perth Scorchers to the Big Bash title a few months ago. Totally different conditions here. It's wet and cold at the moment, and you'll have the weather to contend with as well as everything else. Yeah,
that's right. But there's so many moving parts in professional cricket at the moment. You've got to be adaptable. There's been no more adaptability shown than over the last couple of years with a global pandemic at play. So I think players are doing everything they can to get games of cricket on, and whether that's restrictions or weather or injury, whatever it is, the guys just want to be playing as much cricket as possible.
And what do you think you'll be bringing to Durham, and as well as a player and as a captain?
First of all, I'm really excited. I'm going to bring hopefully some new energy to the group. Guys have played a lot of cricket over the last few months. I think I've played 7 championship games in 7 weeks. So, we're confident that the change of format will hopefully put a spring in the legs of the guys who have been playing a lot of cricket, and I hope to be able to assimilate into the group really quickly. I've played a lot of cricket in different conditions, and hopefully I can bring some experience to the group. But that being said, there's a whole group of senior players in our Durham side, and I think that holds us in really good stead for T20 cricket in particular. Get into it on Thursday.
Is it difficult being dropped in and then being asked to lead a group of new players, guys you're still getting to know, really?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. It's something that I haven't done before, but I guess in this modern age of cricket, there's nowhere to hide. There's so much footage available. You can do as much or as little research as you want to do into guys you're going to play with, guys you're going to play against, guys you're thinking about potentially recruiting. There's so much footage and data and stats to be able to call upon, and no doubt I've been doing that in preparation for our campaign, and I guess that probably fast tracks the integration into a new team more so than would have been possible 20 years ago.
And you mentioned adaptability to Marty there, but this ground is quite unique, and probably England's the dimensions of the ground are probably quite large than anywhere else. Is that something you've had to adapt to?
Yeah, for sure. It's probably an Australian-sized ground. We play on some really big playing surfaces in Australia. Most of the grounds are used for Australian rules football, and therefore are pretty big playing surfaces, similar to here at the Riverside. It'll probably be a new experience playing on some of the smaller grounds, the other end of the spectrum for me, but I think a lot of the grounds play on end wickets, and it's a big part of our tactics as a team to be able to defend small boundaries, and then when we get the opportunity to play our games at home, be able to defend big grounds as well.
And I saw the second team, you got a couple of big sixes away. Was that just sort of finding your range? I think you're quite confident you'll be able to hit some of those maximums in front of a packed crowd?
Yeah, for sure. It was a perfect hit out in some ways. I was very fortunate that my arrival coincided with the second team fixturing, and I was able to play some games, and I wasn't the only one. We've got a couple of guys who will turn out for our first team who have been able to play a few T20 games They play so much cricket in the second team. I think they had 6 T20s scheduled for last week, although some were missed with poor weather. So, I was fortunate to be a part of that, and I'm glad to be able to get a few games under my belt, get the body used to playing again. It's winter and off-season in Perth, in Western Australia at the moment, so I feel like I've been able to get back into match fitness.
And T20 is quite a community game, isn't it? It brings out the young people more than ever. Do you think there's a sense of responsibility to try and make this game as appealing to the next generation of cricket fans?
Yeah, no doubt. It's a really interesting point. I think players are more aware of it than ever before. That the game's taken a bit of a hit with a lot of the restrictions put on crowds during the pandemic. We often played in front of no crowds, and as a result, everyone within the cricketing community's been affected, and no doubt as players we feel a sense of responsibility now to put on a good show and try and get the people back into cricket grounds, and it's our job to give them a good product.
I know you haven't been in the North East very long, but it was a major sporting incident happened over the weekend with Sunderland getting promoted back to the Championship. It's been quite a euphoric experience. What would it mean to bring another title to the North East region, like leading Durham to the Blast title? Yeah,
that was an interesting experience for me. We caught the train home from London with a few Sunderland fans, so I've had my eye open to the world of football and Sunderland people. But I've come here with a job to do. I'm going to try and take in as much of the local culture as possible, but at the end of the day it's a job, and our job is to win trophies. We feel really confident that we've got the right personnel to be able to do that this year. We've got some amazing support staff who are going to be in our corner as well, and I think we're going to try and build on some limited success over the last few years, but there's been a lot to work with, and we just can't wait to be playing some cricket again.